Okay, this is in honor of Tom Cull being here, who is famous or infamous for his animal poems. Also for Jason's chicken poem. So I got an animal poem here. A couple of weeks ago, Frank Beltrano held a workshop, brought in a workshop leader from the States. I was lucky enough to go, and it was really interesting. And one of the things they did was, through the day, was have us write poems based on prompts, just to get us warmed up. And I've never been very good at that kind of thing, and always made me a bit anxious, but we really got into it. And okay, my animal poem came out of it. There was a prompt about monkeys in the zoo, and this memory. It's called Silverback. The sun-hammered zoo was crowded, families shuffling into cool barred halls, their little ones pointing at the lumbering, muscle-swollen gorillas whose leathery children tumbled in the distance, their mama alert. Papa swinging his bulk to the front, his back up against a trunk, glances at a weaker father through the glass, slowly scratching his chest with one rough hand, rubbing with the other his penis as the kids giggle, then drops it, shifts his weight to pick the broken edge of a toenail, then back again, that demonstration. Finally, mother coughs, and the weaker father finds his voice. Let's go. That's a memory, and from 40, 50 years ago, and it never occurred to me until I wrote it that the gorilla swung in between the father outside the glass and his woman, and demonstrated who's boss in there. Anyway, okay, another animal poem. It's called Feathered Minds. Waiting for the bus, I dropped peanuts for some pigeons that motored around me, with their eyes to the ground like I was a tree. I thought of a beggar who had behaved like that, rushing after everyone, seeing only their coins. But then 2 crows flew down nearby and edged in. They started to move, then looked into my eyes, that looked into theirs, and backed away. Yeah, they seem like people. Okay, when Linda and I were in Vancouver, we had our flower shop, and we had a couple of kittens, and I just could not, kittens are so cuddly and soft. How can you not write a poem about them? Okay, this is called Kittens Descending. They hide in secure places during the thunder of the shower, then bound into the empty tub and sit there, side by side, staring down the black hole of the drain as the last rivulets whisper over its lip. I found them there at other times, and I, watching them in fascination, would hear as they do the intermittent gurgles, the deep, dark bursts of wet sound, as if some black creature were stepping about down there, a mystery so bottomless that as each slow drop of water dripped from the silver tap above, they would quickly lap it up, desperate to take part in anything that was about to descend into it. Yeah, that reminds me of Jason's poetry. Okay, one other. This is the cat. This is the kitten that attached onto me, and I became its parent later on, and here it sits on the desk beside me. It's called A Little Love. I'm sitting here trying to read and write, and pick the pieces of fruit out of a 7-Eleven fruit thing with a fork at the same time, and then move the mouse a little too. But to do so, I have to put my hand in under my little cat Sweet Pea, who was, until I started eating, sitting casually a foot away. But when she heard the plastic top popping off, she moved in close to more clearly see each piece going into my mouth, then the irises of my eyes as I turned to look into hers. A little love.